US President Donald Trump has launched a fresh attack on Canada after trade talks between the two nations collapsed, accusing Ottawa of wanting the benefits of being a US state without actually becoming one. Donald Trump also accused Canada of imposing heavy tariffs on American farmers for years and warned that Washington would no longer accept what he described as unfair trade practices. In a post on Truth Social, Donald Trump said that Canada wants the benefits of being a state without being one, while claiming that Canadian tariffs had hurt American farmers. His comments came shortly after the latest round of US-Canada trade negotiations broke out, raising concerns about a wider trade war between the two neighboring nations, and the United States has now imposed 50% tariffs on around $20 billion that is worth of Canadian products. Well, Canada has strongly objected to the move, with Prime Minister Mark Carney announcing that Ottawa would retaliate with tariffs of its own. Mark Carney said that the US had introduced last-minute demands that were unfair and economically damaging to Canada. He said that the proposed terms undermine the benefits of the agreement and raised questions about the reliability of Washington as a trading partner. Canada has said that it will match the new US tariffs dollar for dollar to protect Canadian workers, farmers, families and businesses. And the retaliatory measures are expected to begin on September 8 and could target American products including steel, dairy, appliances, agricultural equipment, pulp, paper and electronics. And the two nations had reportedly been close to a broader trade agreement that would have reduced US tariffs on Canadian automobiles, steel, aluminium. However, a major disagreement emerged over vehicle tariffs, and under the proposed deal, the US tariff on Canadian automobiles would have been reduced from 25% to 15%. Canada wanted the reduction extended to medium and heavy-duty vehicles, including large pickup trucks and commercial vehicles. US negotiators reportedly rejected the additional demand during a late Friday discussion, contributing to the collapse of the talks. And US Trade Representative Jamieson also said that Washington was prepared to offer Canada particularly favorable treatment on several key sectors. But Ottawa remained unhappy with other conditions being discussed, and Mark Carney said that the US also wanted restrictions on Canada's ability to negotiate trade agreements with other nations. He further objected to American demands concerning the French language and Quebec culture, saying that Canada could not accept such conditions. Well, the dispute is significant because Canada and the US have one of the world's largest trading relationships, and their economies are deeply connected through automobiles, agriculture, manufacturing, energy and other industries. And a prolonged tariff battle could therefore increase cost and disrupt supply chains on both the sides of the border. Well, Donald Trump's approach has also drawn criticism within the US, and Democratic lawmakers and governors from states bordering Canada have warned that higher tariffs could increase prices for American businesses and consumers. And the latest dispute comes as Washington and Ottawa also face broader discussions over the future of the USMCA, the North American Trade Agreement involving the US, Canada and Mexico. Well, relations have been further strained by Donald Trump's repeated suggestions that Canada could become the 51st US state, and Canadian leaders have rejected the idea, and the comments have added a political dimension to the economic dispute. Well, for now, Washington and Ottawa remain far apart, and the US is defending its tariff policy, while Canada is preparing retaliation and insisting that it will not accept what it considers an unfair agreement. So the big question is whether the two countries can return to negotiations and prevent the dispute from becoming a prolonged trade war. And with billions of dollars in tariffs already announced, the US-Canada relationship is facing one of its most serious economic tests in the years. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.